Welcome back today to the Mission Emergence Hour. And today's our second of the Mission Emergence sessions that's made for us as community to be together and get clear on how we're bringing peace into unity, how we're bringing peace to the world through unity. So today is the second one. So the first one we were doing heart storming. So we were just working together in small groups to get more clear on what our mission might be for this Peace Through Unity 99 days and how we can make it a part of the compassion games and by reporting what we do. And so then we can start to see that impact together, and it helps us just uplift and know that it makes a difference, what we're doing, making them beautiful, more visible. And today, Haseena is going to lead us in some support sessions and concepts around and practices around what we do if that mission gets tough. And it does. There are little toughs where it's like, just didn't get to it. Or there's bigger toughs where like, it's breaking down. And why is this so hard? I thought we were all loving people. Why are we so mean? Or so forgetful sometimes. And so I'm just going to turn it over to dear Haseena from South Africa. I'm a member of the Hague Center for Global Governance, Innovation and Emergence, and the co-founder, I suppose, of I Women Rising and the Leave No Girl Behind initiative. She's someone who's just absolutely committed to bringing the world into a better place. She listens deeply to spirit and always shows up with a big heart and an open hand. So welcome, Haseena Patel.
Oh, thank you so much, Kara. That touches my heart. And for anyone who doesn't know, Kara is my colleague at the Hague Center, and she's also the founder of Love Organized. She did a brilliant session. When was it? Was it yesterday? The days have just blended into one wonderful day. So we're going to get started with Mission Emergence, and I just want to go quickly around the room, and whoever feels called to, no one has to answer if they don't want to, but maybe in 30 seconds or less, if you could just share your mission or what's calling your heart at this moment. If you feel called to, just raise your hand or raise your electronic hand or unmute.
I'll raise my electronic hand.
Okay.
Tom Acklin here in Hilton Head, South Carolina, from Frederick, Maryland. And my mission today is humanity as organism thrives. And actually, now you can hear them. I unmuted myself with the intention of letting you hear the kids on the balcony beneath me. And as our different voices are all properly arranged, there's no such thing as an intrusion. There is each of us choosing to see and hear and experience through that fourth lens that you brilliantly presenced yesterday, that fourth lens of the creature of World Unity Week. So amen to all the voices. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And Tom's my beautiful partner from across the seas. And yes, welcome, Jane. Welcome, Leroy. So we're going to now look. Anyone else want to share a mission? Anything they feel called to in their hearts? Yeah.
Yes, I would like to share quickly that on June 22nd, that session, Ancient Patterns, Emerging Future, Navigating the Great Transition. I think that cause my mission, it's Sun Hub's mission, that is very dearly and accurately, and yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I know that Kara, you wanted to say something, and then Juliet.
Thanks. Yeah, I got clear on my 99 days mission in the last session, and that's to help motivate me because I've been saying it for a while, and so I need to like get the action into reality. Is the creating this story, this proposal for our movement to get some to go to funders to say these regenerative system builders are powerful, and here's all the pieces of the puzzle they have together. It makes a full new system, and can you fund us to come into better collaboration and ground us to the next level. We're pretty far in our concepts and some grounding, and we need to get even bigger into action. So that's how getting that ask to be clear and compelling. It's my mission.
Juliet.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I suppose it's this mission of spreading the idea to anyone with whom it resonates to use the gift of Divine Mother's milk essence to send it out from our hearts through compassion to the whole world and to every person on it. And whenever, and yeah, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to spread that. I kind of work by leaving it up to Spirit anyways, and just being open to say yes to anything. So just like that, thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Tammy.
Yes, hi. Yeah, more and more I feel compelled to get involved with the world becoming one, and almost like how important it is for us to reconnect with our humanity and what that means. And so I'm looking and a kinder world. So I've been looking at different ways of doing that. Primarily, I think I want to do it through the creative arts. So I've been thinking about the power of music and what to do there with that, or in the artists. I think the creative world has a lot to offer. So I'm toying with different things. It can seem so overwhelming sometimes as to where to start, and I realize I probably just start small, and one small thing that I can do. So trying to figure out what that one small thing is. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. And that actually gave rise to something very important. And the first thing is that today's theme is New Earth Rising. And we'll go more into why I'm saying that's so important. And the other thing that you said is, not knowing where to start, or, sometimes that's overwhelming. And this exercise will help with that as well. Because often when we don't know where to start, but we have this overwhelming call when we decide to start somewhere, and we have a day that's tough, that we need to have some tools in our toolbox to help with that. So yes, Lynn.
Yes, hello, on a very hot England. I'm just about, I'll have to keep touching my face. Yes, I continue with the counselling I do for people, and because of my natural gifts that I've been, able to bring in with me when I arrived on the earth, I I tend to work on a spiritual, intuitive level, which enables me to open the person opposite in a Zoom or on the phone, because I have people ringing me as well, not just what I do in the counselling as such. And I do some voluntary counselling for charity as well. So my whole mission is to help people find themselves on a spiritual level or just where I need to meet them, whatever, they require. But I'm able to connect with them and very quickly know what it is, more or less, what they're coming for. And I just bring in a story to help them, not anything that they've said already, but invariably that is what, they relate to. So I'm lucky I can do this with people. And it's so important to help people heal. And also, once we heal, we can actually be more at peace. And then, of course, the healing I send out to the earth whenever I feel earthquakes, which are too many at the moment, but it's almost like my vibration has risen to cope with those. And thank goodness that has happened. And it's a whole picture. It's a whole, we're all one with the earth and nature. And I continue to do this, and I've had more phone calls and email stuff now from people, and I love doing the work. So that's my mission until I'm no longer on the earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. And yes, as we experience new earth rising, we tend to step into the evolutionary path and become able to deal with it. And first, I want to also say welcome, Ariana and Jane, if I haven't welcomed you. What we're going to do is I'm going to start with what I call the truth walking process. Some years ago, actually 12 years ago exactly, my book started getting channeled through me, and it was because I had a fibroadenoma in my breast, which is a benign growth, and I felt I was doing everything in a healthy way. And why I raise this is because first I had to ask myself what kind of I actually said to myself, what kind of a person who's only 4'11" and a half, 1 meter 52, doesn't notice a growth the size of a lemon in her breast? And at that time, I remember thinking to myself, well, how did this happen? And realizing for the first time that I exist, like I was getting in touch with my body and saying, you know what? I don't like what I'm doing right now. I need a new dream. I need something that calls me. And I felt the beginnings of what called me. So I say this because this process, that's the truth walking process, is about unbecoming who you're not. Sometimes we're so entrenched in what we used to do, or how we've seen ourselves, or what we're good at and how other people see us, like you're good at whatever, that you don't get to a place where you truly check in and you say, what is it? What is it that's calling me? That's very important for when the mission gets tough. So I'm just going to share this. This isn't a presentation. I just want to share the slides because you might be a visual person and you can see these 6 slides. And the truth walking process is about how do we raise our vibration. It's so easy on the days when hi Shonda, it's so easy on the days when it feels easy to, like now we're in a group, we're enjoying World Unity Week, and it's so easy to think of your mission, and then comes that day next week when something feels really hard, or something feels what we label as wrong or unjust or whatever. And then the first day we start, we decide, no, I can give myself a break. I'm not on mission. I'm dealing with whatever. And you go to bed exhausted. And the next day you start self-blaming and saying, why did I get off my path? And then the following day you feel even worse. So what came to me is that we need some kind of a process. We need the tools in our toolbox before that happens, so that when we really need those tools, when we really need this energy boost, if you could call it that, then you pick something out, and this is what it is. So what I'm going to do is just share these few slides, and just let me just, okay, sharing. Yeah. And then just go through this, and we're going to get into breakouts and just share a little bit about how we use them personally. So the 5 blocks of the truth walking process, I sometimes call this the unbecoming process, because it's unbecoming everything that you're not, is gratitude, education, meditation, connection, and empathy. And I'll just go through it really quickly. That gratitude is, we all know the feeling of gratitude, but that's what it is. It's a feeling, not a list. What feels good right now? What are you grateful for? You know, what feels good in this moment? And then education, and this is the one that we're going to get into breakout rooms for. And it's not about certification. It's something to have in your toolbox when you walk into the space of a room where you feel a little less than, or you're not feeling your best, you didn't have enough sleep, and you're interacting with people, and all of a sudden you feel like, I'm out of my depth, or these people, I'm not in their league, or anything like that. And you have this strong mission in your heart, but you almost feel like you're sending yourself out because you're just not going into it. So this is, what do you bring to the table? So beforehand, you make a list of 10 or more skills that you have, and you honor who you are. Let me, anyone here who's a parent? Any hands? Okay, yes, so there are parents here. And the one thing about parenthood, I'm not a parent in any traditional sense, but the one thing about parenthood is that you become a leader, you become a caregiver, you become someone who's whatever the word for a conflict resolution person. You become all of these kinds of things, and there's skills that you really bring to your table, to the table, that one day your kids are going to say, do you remember this day, and this happened, and you resolved it in this way? And sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't. So it's good to have a list of all these skills. And then meditation, we all understand meditation. We have different kinds of meditation we like, that is ours. And what meditation does is it liberates loops. So these things in our mind that play on a loop about, like, I'm not this way, I can't do this, you can liberate that by just stopping the thought. So it's good to have, as a tool in your toolbox, a few meditations that you really like, unless you do it yourself. But if you're using videos or yoga nidra or whatever, just have something at hand. And then connection, the other building block, however you connect with universe, source, God, oneness, your center, your heart, according to your own definition. And sometimes there's a video or a prayer or something that we go to, and just to have that on hand. And then empathy. Now, empathy is the one that I really like, and I'm going to, instead of reading from here, I'm just going to stop the share and just go into, what is the empathy building block? You know how we have compassion for one another. We tend to feel like when someone's going through a hard time, the human way to respond is, something about how they're going through this hard time, and you can relate, and you think, well, how can I serve them? what can I do? But what about when they're going through a good time, and you know how that feels? So the purposes of this exercise are to really tune in. How did I feel at this time in my life when I was feeling productive, creative, confident? There was a certain event that I remember, and that's how I was feeling. What was that like? What were the smells? What were the sounds? What was that feeling? And it's good to have a list of that. And if you can't think of anything, you know someone who's going through something and you can almost feel it through them. Like when Kara was doing her session yesterday on Love Organized, I could feel her excitement. I could feel that. And I think, oh, yes, So it's important to just pull something to create the feeling. So these are the different building blocks. And what we're going to do now, welcome Kendara, what we're going to do, and Jack, and what we're going to do now is going to break out groups, because this is a practical exercise. And we're going to put things in our toolbox for when the mission feels tough, or when we just need to raise our vibration for whatever time. And the first thing we're going to do in our first breakout is to go into the education building block. Make a list of 10 things at least that you're good at. You don't have to be certified at them. You might be, but just 10 things, and go into your heart and honor yourself. Don't feel like you have no right to say it, but make that list so you can put it on a card, and it can go in your bag, your purse, your wallet, your wherever, so that when the time comes and you really want to speak about your mission, you don't feel like you're out of your league. You can remind yourself what you're good at. So Shamima, can you help me with
How many, Kara?
let's see. There are 14 minus 2 is 10, 9. I'd say three people in each, or three breakout rooms, and everyone can just take something like just get a turn, so that each person has a list and they can share their list. And just the sharing is important because you're honoring yourself, and the listening is important because you're honoring the people in the breakout room with you. So let's have it for about just 5 minutes to 4. No, maybe make it 6 minutes. Are we good, Shamima?
We are good. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to open it.
No problem. Okay. So just click join if you're going into a breakout room. Okay. Jane, are you?
Hi, I couldn't join. Good morning. I could
Say that
join
again?
for room 1 and it didn't work. So if you want to try it again, maybe you can send me in there.
I'll
Well,
put you in
if
room
you
2.
want.
I'll put you in room 2.
Oh, sorry. If you want to, you could stay here and we could have a discussion.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't really share my mission because my laptop broke the other night during one of our things, and my phone is a little funky as well. So it's like I'm having trouble, muting and unmuting, camera, no camera. Oh.
Well, I think
All right.
if you just get close to your mic and you
Oh.
kind of stand the phone up somewhere, you're good. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
No, I'm just going to put it down. I was just trying to adjust it, which obviously didn't work very well. Oh, I see I have a new photo. I don't even know how I managed that. Hi.
Yeah, when you get further away from your mic, then I can't hear you too well. You come in and out.
It is. I have it on a stand, my phone. I think it'll go better like this.
That's perfect.
It was
And
supposed
someone else is also coming into the room. Mark is in the room. Hi, Mark. It's really great to have you here. So what we're doing is going into what I call truth walking, the truth walking process. And we're just having breakouts right now about the education building block, which is what am I, what do I feel skilled at, so that we make a list, and when the mission gets tough, then we're able to just take that list out and at least have a glance at it. And it raises one's vibration. So, Anne-Marie, if you'd like to participate, please feel free. Leroy, Shonda, anyone who wants to. Or Jane, why don't you, would you like to share? If you'd like to.
I'm sorry, would I like to share?
Would you like to share? What do you feel skilled at? You don't have to be certified at it, but let's create a list.
Right. Listening.
Okay, great.
I am compassionate. Is that okay?
It's brilliant.
Okay. Compassion. I like people, and I don't know. I bring something positive, a positive energy to my interactions for the most part, unless it's one of those weird days.
That's brilliant.
Okay. I am a musician. Let's see.
Wow, great.
I also am an advocate for people that need advocacy. There are so many people that are homeless, and this is part of my mission. It is my mission, actually, that everybody have their human rights. So I'm a strong, like, housing, food, and healthcare. I'll just spell them out. So I'm an advocate for that. I'm a good researcher.
That's great.
I love my plants, and I used to kill my plants by accident because I would never water them and I was terrible. And I just love my plants so much. I talk to them, I nurture them. It's really, I love them, and trees and all of that. Okay. Uh, Good cook.
Wonderful.
Let's see. Hmm. Uh, Good detail person.
That's awesome. Now I
Uh,
just I actually haven't calculated how much time is left in the
Oh, I
breakout
think I could
groups.
stop. Yeah,
Well, oh,
that's fine.
time is up. Yeah, we can close the breakout groups, but we made you a list, Jane, which is wonderful.
Yeah, so you want me to finish my list?
Well,
Just
go
creativity.
ahead. Go ahead.
Creativity. Okay, good. Who's going next, though?
What we'll do is, since time is almost up, everyone's coming into the big room, and we'll have sharing. And if you could, I want to relate this experience where we've gone into your list, because a lot of people feel that they don't necessarily know whether this is a skill or it's not. In everything you've said here, it is. This is what you bring to the table. This is who you are.
Mhm. Yep. It's true. And
Can
there
we
are others.
bring
Fairness,
Yes.
things like that, That's great. What a great exercise. Thank you.
Thank you.
I felt so awkward.
And that's how a lot of us feel. I mean, we feel like we have no right to sing our own praises, or go into a list like that, because we just have no right. And I remember a couple, or maybe it was a year ago, I was offering a course on reading the Akashic records, and someone took my course as an individual, and she said, "Will I get a certificate?" And I said, "Yes, you'll definitely get a certificate." And then I said to her, "Just remember, it's not about that, because I'm giving you one. And whoever taught the first person in the world that we know of to read the Akashic records? We all have the skills. So we all have these skills, and people have certified courses. No disrespect to any organization like that, but we get to honor the wisdom that comes from deep within us as well, and those skills we bring to the table. So maybe we could just do a round where each person just says one skill, if you feel comfortable. And I know we don't have much, well, we do have time left. I'd like to get into some other vibration raising. So let's, we'll just go through everyone. Let's see, on my screen first is Jane. What do you feel? Name one. I know we discussed it.
Yes. I'm a strong advocate for human rights.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Juliet, you're next on my screen.
Oh, I think expanding beyond what I used to think it was to be human.
Awesome. Tom, you're next.
Lynn and Tammy and I all shared, and each of us identified a common thread that was that I didn't have words for, but Tammy used the phrase identifying genius. And so in the space of honoring people, we were talking about that in different ways, the creativity of staying present. So now I have a new mantra: honoring genius. Identify genius. Sorry, identify genius is the phrase she used. So we get to walk through the hard times and the challenges and whatnot, and remember, identify genius. Identify genius.
I like that. Lynn, or would you like to share one thing about what you bring to the table?
Yes, I bring the ability to help others self-heal and empowerment. Well, get self-heal first, and then raise their own empowerment as spiritually and intuitively, and help them be good enough.
Thank you. Kara,
Yes.
something you bring to the table.
Oh, yes. I'm stepping up into a deeper spiritual, artistic leadership. So, leading from source and leading from magic, kind of, and art. So, that's I have it, and I'm developing it deeper to help us, the world, really get to that next level.
Kandara, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Oh, okay. Let's unmute you. Okay.
My strongest connection is with spirit. I'm a intuitive counselor, and I have a meetup group that meets online twice a month and has 5,800 members, and we have spiritual speakers from all over the world come and talk. So I'd say it's connection and helping people connect with the spirit within, which is so important right now.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Ariana, would you like to share? Oh, wait, let's unmute. There we go.
I'm very visionary, and sometimes to my detriment, too many visions. So that I've managed to learn which ones are for me to do and which ones are just previews of what's happening in the world.
Well, that's wonderful. And right here, you could have just said, I'm very visionary. That's
Yeah.
it. You're amazing. You get to own that.
Thank you.
But also, I think that's a real skill that a lot of people struggle with. Like, how do I discern what's my vision to do from the hundreds that I want to do? And that's something you could share and write more about. Like, how do you discern that? Are there any words for that to help others who haven't figured that out yet? I'd be interested to read that. Yeah, or to hear that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah. I'm just looking on my screen. I know something changed. So if I left anyone out, then please raise your hand. Tammy, you have, yeah.
Yeah, as Tom was mentioning, one thing I love to do, because I've worked with people in the world of careers, I do career transition coaching, that kind of thing, that I love identifying, and I will describe with me as their genius, meaning it's usually the thing that lights up their eyes, that you can see when someone's talking about, there's a light in their eye, and it's almost like a magical thing in a way. And I really believe that people have this very, very special things they bring to the world. So helping to identify that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Joan. That's Joan. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name.
Zhao. I don't know what happened today. So normally it's John Sanhab Inc. And then today somehow got my last name here instead. So I see big picture, not just a regular picture, a big picture. It's the grand big picture that how patterns in it, and how I act upon it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. Shamima, yes, I'm putting you on the spot.
I suppose it's intuitively sensing into people.
It is. Yeah, that's so. Shamima's my sister, so I can say it is. And then anyone else who wants to share, I am aware that some of you are in listening mode, and I'm also aware of all of you who came a bit later. But if anyone wants to share what skill they bring to the table, because we all bring a whole list full of skills, and sometimes we don't own them. We're not comfortable doing that. So we're sharing the skills so that when we're on our missions and things get tough, or we feel less than, or we feel, am I really qualified to do this? Then you can read through this list and keep it on a little card, and you can know that this is what I bring to the table. So if anyone wants to share who hasn't shared, just raise your hand. That being said, do you think if we take our collective right now and we look at the big picture, or Joan said something about grand picture, and I'm going to use that quote. If we look at a grand picture of new earth rising, and we take it down, crystallize it down to every circle, every collective that there is, and ours is one of them, right here, what everybody said about what they bring to the table, and all of it is different. What kind of a table would we have if we each used just one of those skills that we each mentioned? I mean, we have such a rich gathering here, and everyone is so amazing. So my next step, and perhaps your next step, if you choose to use it, could be to just make this list. You've already probably made yourself a list of 10, put it on a card and put it somewhere where you could take it into rooms where you're going to network, into rooms where you walk into. And you can always go to the bathroom, go to the side of the room, go to the food table, read through it, and know who you are, because we forget. So that's one way of raising vibration. I'm going to go into another way, and because I want us to have more time, we're not going to have breakout rooms. We'll just be in this gathering, because I think everybody does feel like they're safely held by our collective. So we're going to go into the empathy building block, and I did mention that on the slide, where think of a time and feel into it, where whatever it can be, any event in your life, whether you were 3 years old or whether it was yesterday, it doesn't matter. But think of a time when at some point you felt confident and productive, or maybe you felt carefree. Maybe you felt like, I am on top of this, I can do anything. Just that wonderful feeling of wow. So just, it could be any time in your life. And then just write down just a little key point of the event, because you know what happened in your own life. So you just write down one key point of an event to remind you of which event it is. So I'll just give you an example. I think it was Tuesday. It is now Thursday. Yes, Tuesday. I had there were 2 World Unity Week sessions, and I'll just talk about the one. It was called I Woman Rise, and we had Anna Marie Verhoeven, founder of the Hague Center, and it was myself, her, and a very well-known South African singer-songwriter, Nyanel. And we had this conversation, and we brought everyone into it, and it was just so beautiful to have everyone interacting. I mean, I can't even tell you, it was, people were relating to it. And I remember at one point there was a woman in her 80s also. She was about 87, I think she shared, and talking about her experiences. So we had this intergenerational conversation. And after it finished, I just felt, wow, this was amazing. And it really did. I really felt on top of the world. So any time in your life that you felt like that, just put key points down. And now we're going to do an exercise, and welcome, Devane. I see you also with us. We're going to do an exercise. We have a few minutes left. Close your eyes or don't, that's okay, but we're going to take a minute and just go into a space of, do I remember what I saw during that moment when I felt that way, when I felt so on top of the world and productive and creative, and what I call the rebirth zone. When you were in the rebirth zone, how did it feel? Like you just felt on point. Just feel that feeling. And then what were the smells? What were the sounds? Was there anything you could taste? What did it feel like in your heart? What bodily sensations did you feel? Okay, and slowly come back. All right, and if you couldn't choose a moment, maybe there were 2 moments or 3 or many, write them all down in key points, and let that also be something you put on a card or somewhere, in case, you know, as the days pass, maybe you forget about that feeling just a little. But this is something that I've always used whenever I've gone to speak on stages, you know, just being able to feel that feeling before I walk out onto stage, because sometimes you feel great when you're going to do whatever it is that you do. When you're on your mission and you're in the action point of it, you feel amazing. And then other days, like your mind's all over, or you're worried about something else in your life, or you just can't get there. So it's really important at that point of action to just pull those feelings. Yeah, wonderful, Devane. It smells like citrus, feels like love. So let's just pull those feelings towards us. So let me go through the tools in your toolbox. You could leave it here today. I mean, we've got 10 more minutes of the session, and you could leave it here and let everything be as it is. Or you could take this or any other method that works for you, and you could have something ready. So on the days when your mission feels a little tough, or you feel, why am I doing this? Or I just can't get through this today, then you have something to help. So the first most basic thing is gratitude. And if you're anything like me, you know, there's maybe a time in your day when you do feel a bit, if you're going to feel anxious or nervous or whatever, there's a certain time of day that maybe is a lot for you. So have those feelings of gratitude for maybe a few things, and just raise your vibration that way. And then the education, the exercise we've got, whenever you are interacting with people and you want to speak to people about your mission, you want to co-create, you want to say to them that this is going to be something complementary. You know, you go into, you go with your card with everything you bring to the table. And then, of course, your meditation and connection building blocks. Have a list of those meditations. In the middle of the night when you can't sleep, you don't want to be looking for a video to help you with the meditation. You want to have it right there. or you want to have the form of meditation you relate to so that you can go into it. And connection as well. If there's a prayer or there's something that you go into to connect with source, God, universe, whatever you call it, have it right there so that it's reachable. And then, of course, the empathy building block, where we go for that moment at the point of action where you prepared just before that. You go into the, how did I feel last time when I was on top of the world and I was doing everything that I feel called to do. So as we take these few minutes to end, let's just do a very simple exercise, gratitude. And let's all just one word or maybe two words that you're grateful for, but not a list in your head. Not something like, I should be grateful for my kids and my dog and whatever. If your child did something that really angered you, you might not in that moment need to name your child. You love your child, but that's you're always going to love your child. In the moment when you're feeling gratitude, what are you feeling that gratitude for? What is that feeling in your heart? Sometimes you can't get to the space where it's something big. It could just be your heart beating. It could be the color of the paint on your wall. It could be something so simple and basic, the smell of your essential oil. So we're just going to go, whoever wants to raise their hand, just raise their hand and share something that you feel gratitude for in this moment as we raise the vibration in the room, going to Kandara. Let's unmute you.
I'm so grateful for how I feel when I meditate and my cat is laying on top of me purring. It's the most wonderful, beautiful feeling in the world. I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Jay.
Oops. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am super grateful for this group of amazing people that I'm with. And this week's activities and the knowledge that I've learned, but mostly it's the connection. That's what I'm really grateful for. I'm grateful to be with people, to be with you guys in a way that I don't often get, that I am, but I don't always feel it as a reciprocal, as a continuum kind of thing.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank
It's a
you.
wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Tom.
Mine was something like that. I'm grateful for all of the spaces all over the world where people can go and gather and feel tribe and feel family and leave better than they were, than they came in, even if they were feeling great when they came in, and they're feeling brighter and brighter. Contagious brainstorm.
Anyone else want to share? Feel free, just unmute yourself. It's a safe space.
I just
I'm
want to echo
great.
that as well. I really appreciate in this moment being with what I can sense are really heartfelt people who care about the world, and that is just so inspiring. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you, everyone.
Sharon, go ahead.
I'm grateful to the Creator. There's such beauty in life, in the world, in nature, everywhere, in all of us. Thank you. 嗯
Ariana, do you want to share? I see you unmuted.
Yes, I'm grateful for my life. I'm still here. My work is not done.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful for just the light that is that feels so present and so strong, that lights up my mission and everyone else's. And I'm also grateful for this whole session, this whole series of Mission Check, and thanks to Kara because she started it. So really grateful for that. Yeah. And I see Kara put in the chat, Joan, you bring me deeper to spirit. Yeah, thank you, Kandara, for your words too. Juliet, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just so thankful for the magnificence of this life and being here at this incredible time. And with all you beloved community and so many around the world, it's just very, it's amazing. It's just awe-inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we've got about 30 seconds left before before the next session. So if anyone wants to share, just go ahead.
I'm grateful for the fact that there are so many loving people sending out healing to our amazing Mother Earth. And I'd like to thank you, Haseena, for your doing this session. It's been really good. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to thank all of you for co-creating today. And yeah, what a blessing. So thank you, Kara.
Yeah, just as we close, I'd just like us to feel, and even though it's so beautiful and strong right now, we're going to even amplify one more level, this beautiful heart-centered connection that's animated by spirit right now. And we're going to send it out to all the World Unity Week friends and let it ripple out to the world to open more and more hearts, so that when they see us online or they connect with us in our missions, that they feel this beautiful feeling that we feel, and we start to really bring that more and more into the world. Breathing in, let it fill us up. Let it expand out and strengthen. And let's breathe out, up, and out to our friends and the world.
Thank you so much. And just also thanking Joan M. Carlson for your words in the chat, Devane, and all of you in the chat. And I'm going to stop the stream.